What's up, everyone on YouTube? It's InDriver KG. And we got
driven fast.
All right, and we're going to talk about his 5,000 mile update on his 2024 Elantra N. Let's see. Since you bought it, what have you done to it?
What have I done to it? I have done N75 coil packs, range 9 spark plugs, turbo blanket, 6 intake light, right?
Yeah.
That's the same one. Atlas downpipe from Depot Racing.
All right, and how much was the catless downpipe?
$299.
How much were the
shipping.
coil packs?
I think it was about 200, and then I paid.
And the intake light was 200.
Yeah, which with everything, yeah.
And then the inlet is 200.
200, yeah.
So all you missing now is the intercooler. Honestly, I wouldn't count the intake as a mod because it's still a stock box. Like, you're not gaining anything over.
No, it does increase the throttle response with the inlet, and you get a little more turbo noises, but
yeah, but not the intake.
No. Other than that, I'm happy with it like that. I'm still trying to keep it.
How hard was everything to install on difficulty compared to the Type R?
The Type R, I didn't do a lot of the injectors, the fuel system on that. I didn't do any much of that. The rest of it was just bolt-ons.
Hey, what about the intake and inlet for that car compared to this car?
Oh, night and day. Because the inlet pipe came across the turbo off the front of the motor, and everything here is more easily accessible. So I'd say about maybe 2 hours.
Okay, and this one, I feel like this could be done in 20 minutes. I mean, honestly, when I did Rose, it took me about, 20, 30 minutes at that. I was just messing around with that bolt that was back there, but it was just actually getting the socket onto the nut back there.
That's what gave me the hardest time, because his has a shorter nose, as you saw in the last clip. Mine's a little longer, so I kind of had to reach over more.
Yeah, you have the old style inlet, which is, it's longer, it comes like that. So the newer ones are just about that wide. Oh no, do you have any regrets?
No, I have no regrets. I miss it. Like I said, I miss it periodically from time to time. You know, the nostalgia, the difference in drivability. I mean, I could go back and forth with it, but overall, I feel like this is a better choice for me.
If you would race yourself in the Type R, what do you think would win? Your Type R, you in the Type R, or you in this? This?
Yeah. The gearing on this thing is amazing.
Yeah, the gearing is long.
They're long. I can grab a gear and I can hold it to the floor, and it freight trains. The Type R, it's like bang, 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 and you're...
Yeah, you have to shift right away as soon as you get into it. So you have the 8,000 almost RPMs in that, but that had like 411 gears, right? And then this has 3-something gears.
I think
and
365.
Yeah, and you could be in third gear, fourth gear. Like third gear, you could take it all the way up to like 90. Fourth gear, you could take that to what I would shift at with the stock turbo. You could go to 130.
I believe it was 130.
You could, but if you wanted a better time, you shift at 115 because the stock turbo starts to fall off. So, you know, that's the only differences I would say there. But we got to get a comparison of my car with the stuff we're going to get done, and we're going to talk about that later. And then your car, where you're going to be at, because you're going to make this a stock turbo beast.
Yes.
Right?
I ain't doing nothing yet until a couple more years down the road, get a couple more payments down on it. And if I feel like I want to turn it up a notch, then yeah. But as of right now, she's going to be a stock turbo beast.
Yep, just full bolt-ons, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and I think that's good enough. So you are projected, I think, with stock turbo, and if 6, hurry up and get that high pressure fuel pump. Stop playing around 6, man. Please, like you guys.
I spent all that money on it. I was one of the first ones to get it. I bought it, and it was ready to be shipped out. And then you make a recall on it because something's messed up. But
yep. But with that fuel pump, this car could make 390 to 400 without meth. So
That's my goal. If I have to go meth, then so be it. But if I don't have to,
yeah, it's better to not have to go that route if you don't have to.
Race
But
fuel
I
a
mean,
little
come on,
bit,
if you can
you
get
know.
390, 400 out of this the way it is, that's
amazing.
the way.
I was making 400 horsepower in the Type R, and I threw everything but the kitchen sink at it, stock turbo, and I didn't even have the fueling done yet. I had cams brand new in the box. I never even did those. I talked to the guy where we had our car's dynoed at, have everything done with a custom map. It would have been right around 450 to the wheels, but that would have had to change everything. I'd have to change the fuel system, the clutch. The Honda fuel system with the injectors was almost $3,000 with the high pressure fuel pump. The clutch, for a clutch, I think was on the better side of $2,000. So that's $5,000 just to make 450.
And still be below where you would be at with 370, let's say.
Exactly.
So,
And again, I mean, the Type R was a great car. I have, you know, it's just the price to build it.
yeah.
The price to build it was the biggest thing for me, and I think that's kind of where I also drew the line, and I kind of just got tired of that, you know, and you know, the overall drivability and everything else. It was just a compelling pile of reasons to change and get something different. And
Yep, change the scenery and you see what it's like on the Hyundai side. What's up, y'all? So we're in the car now, because why not?
because we had to go back to the shop and figure out the dilemma with this. Had to go all the way to the dealer. This is the O2 sensor that they boogered up, and I had to go to the dealer and get one. So, moral of the story is they kind of gave me a runaround and weren't going to give me the money back because it was a whopping $212.34.
And gave a lot of pushback on trying to give him money back for the part that they burned.
Saying that it wasn't their problem or their fault, which it is their fault. Saying that they come welded in, sometimes they work, they don't work. I don't care. You damage the part in the process, you have to replace it. That's what any normal mechanic shop would do it.
But we did get $100 back, so I mean that's something. But like I said, guys, I can't recommend that shop. So if you need a downpipe install, I'll ask around at some other shops and see what they charge, and if anyone has any insight on places that's in Jersey that don't charge too much money on downpipe install. Should be $250 to $300. You shouldn't be paying any more than that, to be honest with you. But right now, we're gonna ask them the big question: how are you enjoying this thing at 5,700 miles?
Amazing. Still, miles per gallon is still there. Minus, you know, like I said, the dilemma with what I had. Downpipe's done. Very happy. You can hear the pops and crackles. It's fun. The drivability has been amazing. I'm getting 20 miles to the gallon now, and that's just putting it around, being heavy on the throttle. Some days are better than others. 27, 32, depending on.
Yeah, if you're being nice,
you
you'll get it. But I mean, we drive hard. You don't get this car to do under the speed limit all the time.
Your store.
But you said you miss your Type R, right?
There's times that I do. The nostalgia type thing. But, you know, the drivability, like I said, was a little more rough, even in comfort mode. It just still felt very raw. But overall, you know, you miss it, you don't. You know, you look back, you know, you see other people on the road, and you're like, there's a Type R. And it's like, hey, you know, but again, you get in this thing, and it's just a whole nother animal.
What would you pick now, being that you had this for a while?
If I got back,
you got $35,000. Would you buy this over again, or would you buy a brand new Type R?
I'd buy this. I would buy this because you can't get none for 30. You're not getting no Type R unless it's.
Well, let's just say used.
Used.
All right. Let me put it this way: you got 45 and you happen to find one at MSRP. Is that what they cost?
Yeah, they're
Aren't
right
they a
around
little more?
45.
A little more than
With
40?
markup, they're right around 62 out the door.
God damn, that's
Yeah.
double the price.
Double the price. So at that point, I'm just gonna buy Ioniq 5N.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll pay the extra $3,000 at 68.
So are you saying you're all right with electric?
On that one.
Yeah, both of us.
I won't buy anything else. I'm not buying no Tesla Plaid. I'm not buying a Cyber trash truck. I'm not buying a Chevy Volt. Yes, they look like trash trucks. They really do. Like little dumpsters. It's funny as hell.
Good question. What would you tell those who have a Type R and are somewhat curious about one of these cars?
Drive one. Take one for a ride. DCT is, I mean, that's your, you know, if you're into that. I mean, I personally went with a 6-speed manual because nothing's always better than a gated 6-speed, and I'm very happy with it. You know, the engagement on this thing is a lot more forgiving than the Type R. I mean, I had my Type R for a little over 3 years and bought it with 9,700 and change miles on it and traded it in with, I think it was almost 41,000. So, I mean...
So you're saying you can beat this one up more than...
Oh, yes. I can jump on it more. I can kind of run through the gears a little harder, and I don't feel like there's not a lot of kickback or like lockout engagements. I used to get grinds in third in the Type R, and every once in a while I get like a lockout, and it wouldn't even allow you to go in. It didn't matter if you were all the way to the floor. Second gear, that would happen every once in a while. I don't know why. It might have been it needed bushings. I don't know. I never really went further into it with that. So
Okay. You know, you got to try mine when I put the short throw shifter in. I want to see what that's like.
I never drove yours after you put the shifter in. I haven't even driven your 6-speed yet. I haven't even driven that thing.
All right, name me 3 things that this car has that the Type R didn't, from your perspective, that you like.
That I like?
3 things.
The infotainment system, the interior, the drivability, again, the suspension, where I can go in here. I could literally go into my menu here. Go into N mode, and I can select everything on the fly. Plus I have custom 1 and 2. So I can pick that. I have launch control, I have performance options, everything.
Yeah.
Type R didn't have that. My year didn't. I know some of them have that.
FL5s do, I believe. They have
Type R
some
log.
of that.
It's called the Type R log. It does the whole track thing, like where you can do your 0 to 60, your track times. But the interior,
Heated
overall,
seats.
yes.
I will say, me as I mean, at this point, I guess I'm a Hyundai guy now, right? But the interior of the Type R, the red seats for me,
a little much.
I love that though.
I love the red, but when they did the FL5 with the red carpet, I think they kind of washed out the car with the red. And the Type R logo on the back is so blended in. It's actually embroidered as Type R in all red. This, I got like seats. I mean, you still get the nice interior, but...
And I mean, he hasn't yet, but the other day I was driving mine, I took the turn full lock and the car drifted, like fully fishtailed out. I was able to control it, but what other front wheel drive car can you do that with? This car acts real rear wheel drive heavy. Like there's no, this car is very Mustang-like when you push it to the bases.
The one thing I can say also is...
Uh-oh, is it pull time? Hold on. Give him a little pull. There we go. That was a good pull. How'd that feel?
Strong. Very, very consistent.
And you got the downpipe on, even though we had a little, you know, mishap with that. How do you feel with the downpipe? And you have stock everything else. You just have a catless downpipe and stock resonator, stock muffler, stock everything.
I'm happy with it. The sound is good. I mean, it's still drivable. I can go in any mode that I want, and it still sounds like the downpipe was never changed.
Yeah.
It's very reliable. I mean,
From the inside, it's quieter. It's a lot it's still a lot quieter in the interior. Like the insulation in these cars are
Amazing.
really good.
They're very amazing.
From inside, you don't get a sense of how loud this car actually is. Like in here, you just got a little grumble, like you hear it.
You hear a little bit.
Like that's getting on it.
That was 2,500 RPMs in third gear. Like nothing.
And that's pretty nice. I mean, from the outside, this car does sound good. But you are 5,750. So is this a car you would keep? Is this a car you would trade in and get something else in a few? I mean, how long has it been? 6 months from driving?
Compared to my other car, which is no longer here. Yeah, I was in a car accident yesterday. My full-size SUV is total.
Yeah, it saved your life though.
It saved my life. I walked away with back pain, a back injury. Other than that, I mean, the car is a total loss, but it saved me. Some ignorant person pulled out in front of me, cut me off, ended up hitting him, a bus, and got pulled into 130 oncoming traffic, and I had a Honda SUV slam into the passenger side of me. The whole car is wiped out, 50 miles an hour, and I walked away. So
That sucks.
GMC Chevy trucks are the way to go. Old school, it's all steel. So 5,800 pound, truck. It's just a beast. So
Yeah, but at least it kept you safe, got you to work countless years.
I had that car 9 years. I had that car 9 years and over 100,000 miles I put on that thing almost. So yeah. The overall drivability and everything else. It was just a compelling pile of reasons to change and get something different. And
Change the scenery and you see what it's like on the Hyundai side. All right, guys, and just like that is the end of the video. Check out this car event we got going on. If any questions, please hit me up on Instagram. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.